What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube modeling community? This is Hooterville75 with Midnight the Ferocious Sissy, bringing you a video from the open air model shop. And in today's video, it's basically to show you what I've been up to the last couple weeks since my last video, as there has been no modeling related videos on my channel. I apologize for my inactivity, but I've been building this. What this is a computer ATX power supply. Now, the ATX power supply is what I am going to use to convert this to a direct current 12 volt power supply. There's so many times where I have stuff come up that I'd like to use that takes direct current to power, and I have no way of powering it. Like, I had a fan here some time ago, in fact, as a matter of fact, it's right here, that I wanted to use, but it had a cigarette lighter type connector, as it's a travel fan. To power it, you had to plug it into a cigarette lighter. Well, does me no good, so I snipped the cigarette lighter adapter off, and I'm just going to use the ATX power supply here I have to get my current for direct current. Now, you're probably wondering, well, how do you do that? Well, you take the ATX power supply, and the power that this puts out is just phenomenal. You have 5 volts at 22 amps, and you have 12 volts at 16 amps, so that's substantial power. I mean, that's pretty good power. And the way you do that is by all these wires coming out of the ATX power supply. Now, here I have the on-off switch, where I have this styrene around it because I cut too big of a hole to put the switch through. A little LED light for whenever you power it on. When the light comes on, you know it's on. And I have a 15 ohm 25 watt resistor attached to it, because the ATX power supply always has to have some sort of load on it, or it'll go into hibernation mode and won't work right. So if you hook it up to a 15 ohms 25 watt power resistor, that tricks the power supply into thinking there's a continuous load on it, and it'll work every time you go to use it. Now, the LED, all you do to get the LED to work, the gray wire goes to a 330 ohm resistor, and the resistor goes to anode, which is the longer wire of the LED. You then take a black neutral wire, one of your black ground wires, and hook it to the anode, the shorter end, the shorter wire of the LED. The power resistor, you hook a red wire, a red 5 volt wire to one side, and a black ground wire to the other. And the power switch, you hook a green wire to the positive terminal, and a ground wire, a black ground wire to the negative terminal, and you're off and running. It's as simple as that. Then you have to sort all your wires by color. The black wires are all ground wires. The yellow wires are all your 12 volt rail wires. The red wires are all your plus 5 volt wires. And your orange wires are all your plus 3.3 wires. Now, a lot of people only use the yellow and black wires, as it's the plus 12 volt, and the red wires, which is your plus 5 volts. A lot of people don't use the orange because it's only 3 plus 3 volts, but the reason I have them all here is because you can hook them together with different wires and create different voltages. So I just kept them all because I knew how to do it and it would benefit me. So I'll go ahead and show you how it works. All you got to do is plug the power for the ATX power supply in, hit your on-off switch, the red LED light comes on. That shows you that it's working, as well as the fan. You can see the fan is spinning. Ooh, let me turn it off and you'll see it stop. The fan's now not spinning. Now it's spinning. Can't really see it that well. But what I have here is a little fan that came out of I believe it was a computer. A little fan that came out of a computer that I'm going to be using in I'm going to make a little direct current tiny little sweeper. I'll have that on another video coming up, but I'm going to use this fan to demonstrate how this power supply works. So I need a yellow wire and I need a black wire, because that is your plus 12 volt rail, and a ground wire. So I take the red positive wire from the fan and put it with the plus 12 volts, and I take, what the hell? There we go. Now you can see it's working. See how it's spinning? Now it's not. Hook it back up again. It's spinning. Now it's not. So you can use a ATX power supply to get direct current, just that simple. Once again, all you need to do is hook an on-off switch. Green wire to the positive post, black wire to the negative post. Hook a 25 watt 15 ohm resistor up so the ATX power supply thinks it's getting a continuous load. Red wire to one side, black wire to the other side. And you need if you want to run the LED light, you hook a gray wire to a 330 ohm resistor, hook to the LED cathode, longer wire of the LED, and a black wire to the anode, shorter wire of the LED, and you're in business. Make sure you separate the wires into colors, tape them up here. Yellow wires are plus 12 volts, red wires are plus 5 volts, black wires are your ground wires, and the orange wires are the 3.3 volts, plus 3.3 volts. So, any questions, don't hesitate to drop a line in the comments. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. I'd like to ask you to please rate, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and we'll catch everybody on the next video. Till then, for now, this is Hooterville75 with Midnight the Ferocious Sissy, coming to you from the Open Air Model Shop. Let me see if I can get Midnight here. She's taking a nap. Midnight! There she is. Midnight. Hey. 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 Sleepyhead. She's out like a light. See you now.